Hello everyone, welcome to Code and Cosmos. So in my previous video, basically we went through installing Ansible and we briefly talked about why we use Ansible, what are the advantages, and then basically we executed a small task which was merged or L3 interfaces, I guess. So I mean that was a quite lengthy video and I still forgot to mention some more concepts there, like what is a control node, what are the managed nodes. I think we do discussed inventory and modules, but anyway, I mean in this video I will just try to keep it short and I will basically focus on the network automation part of Ansible, and I will explain these terms like control nodes, modules, task, and then how Ansible automation for network is different than Linux automation. So yeah, let's start. So before we do actual practical implementation, I do have a blog here. Maybe you guys can refer this later on if you need to. So I will just post the link in the description, and we will basically cover these points today. And so let's start from the network automation. So I mean some of the points I already discussed in the previous video, but I will discuss these points here. So Ansible is a very popular and powerful yet simple tool which can be used to automate network, and Ansible modules support a wide range of vendors, network appliances, and actions which help to manage your entire network with ease. So Ansible provides simple, powerful, and agentless automation to automate network tasks such as device provisioning, data collection, and reporting. And the most important point here is Ansible network resource modules do not run on the managed hosts. So basically, when we talk about Linux automation, so Ansible modules run on the managed host, but here in network automation, most of the network devices they don't support Python, right? So in that case, that's why these modules cannot be run on the managed hosts. So basically in this case, Ansible network resources modules do not run on the managed host, as these modules are written and executed in Python, and majority of the network devices cannot run Python. So that's pretty much what I just said. So next is installing Ansible here. So I'm going to repeat these steps again. I think I already performed these steps in the previous video, but there was some confusion to some people, so I'm going to again execute these steps. This won't take much time. So first I will try to install virtual environment package. If you already have environment set up, then you don't need to perform these steps. So first I will try to basically install the package virtual environment. So we have installed the virtual environment package successfully. So next step would be to create the virtual environment. So to create a virtual environment, a path is required. So let's execute this command. So it's been created. So next one is activate virtual environment. So to activate the virtual environment, we have the command So we have successfully activated our virtual environment, and now we can go ahead and install the Ansible. So I will be using pip3 to install Ansible because Ansible 2.7 is already deprecated. So better you would install Ansible with Python 3. So this will take some time. So here we are, we have Ansible 299 installed, which is latest, and this is the location for the executable, and this is the location for the package, and then Ansible running for the Python version 3.8.2. So after successfully installing the Ansible, and before executing a task here, I would like to mention a couple of concepts here, like control node, manage nodes, what are these terms and what they mean actually. So basically control node is any machine with Ansible installed. So in this case, this is my computer laptop. It's a control node for me, running Fedora. And so basically you can run commands and playbooks from any control node. You can use any computer that has Python installed on it as a control node. So it could be laptop, it could be shared desktops, and servers can all run Ansible. So next is managed node. The network device you manage with Ansible is your managed node. So managed nodes are also sometimes called hosts. Ansible is not installed on managed nodes when it comes to network automation. So let's talk about the Ansible config now. So basically Ansible config will be having some of the default configuration here. So let's create a file. So let's just confirm the document. I don't think I have missed any other thing here. So yeah. So config file can be created in order to override default setting in Ansible, and in default section of ansible.config, paths to inventory file could be specified. So this is what we just did. So next is inventory file. So inventory consists of managed host and also called as host file. You can specify information like IP addresses for each managed host, and managed host could be grouped together inside inventory. So let's just create an inventory file here, and then I will just add a group there, and in that group I will have IP address of a particular managed host. So here I'm giving name of the group, which is bios, and then I can simply put the host name or the IP address of the managed host here. So which is this. So next we have to define the variables for this. So first one is Ansible connection, which is network CLI. So basically this is a connection plugin, and this connection plugin provides a connection to remote devices over the SSH and implement a CLI shell. So next one is Ansible Network OS, which is like operating system of the appliance, which is virus in this case. Next is Ansible SSH user. So basically this is the username. And next would be Ansible SSH pass for the password. So if you're doing password based authentication, then you would require to put the password here. Otherwise, if you're doing key based authentication, you can just comment it out. So next is Ansible SSH pass key file. So path to the key, let's refer to the document if we are missing anything here. So we have missed the Ansible SSH port, which is by default is 22. So even if you don't mention this, it will by default it will be 22. Otherwise everything is okay. So this is no Ansible SSH private key file. Sorry for this. So this is Ansible SSH private key file, and then path to the key. So if you want, you can also mention Ansible SSH port, but it's not required as by default it's 22. So now we do have our inventory file and our config file ready, and all we need is a playbook having our tasks. So let's just write a playbook here. This would be a YAML file. So this is the way you start a playbook. Host name is virus here, which is the name of the group there, and then we have tasks. The name of the task, so now we have mentioned the term here task. So basically the unit of action in Ansible is a task, so you can execute a single task once with an ad hoc command as well, which we did in previous video. So I'm using a wires underscore facts module here, and so this wires fact module is basically collects facts from the network device running the wires operating system. So basically here we are telling it to gather the L3 interfaces facts. So L3 interfaces is a resource module here. So basically there are a lot of resource modules. The idea is to divide the whole configuration into different sections. So like interfaces, L3 interfaces, L2 interfaces, VRFs, VLANs. So that in case of if you want to change only the like IP addresses, or if you want to configure the IP addresses, we could use L3 interfaces there. And then if you want to change the descriptions or some MTU values, for that we can use interfaces resource module. So here we can also ask for interfaces facts as well. So let's just pass interfaces. So let's try to execute this playbook here. So the command would be Ansible playbook for verbose and then name of the play. So what's the error here? Let's open our file. So I think it's giving error for not having space here. Yeah, this should run fine now. So yep, I still do need to provide the virtual key here for the authentication part. So let me copy the key. So let's run this, and this time I think it should run fine. So yes, so now we are able to gather the L3 interfaces facts here, providing the information about the address, and if we talk about the interfaces, it will have whether interface is enabled or not, name of the interface, or any other attributes like description or the MTU, these type of values configured. So yeah, so this is all I wanted to have for this video, and in next video we will try to focus on the major 4 operations here, like merged, replaced, deleted, and overwritten. So thank you so much. See you in next video.